Welcome to My Take podcast. Here you get to see the world through the lens of Gen Z who challenge societal norms and explore the why behind it all, whether it's hot takes or heartfelt discussions. Join me for laughs and insights with a side of sass. I'm Othoni and this is My Take. Hello, beautiful and handsome people. Welcome back to another episode of My Take podcast. I'm your host, Mothani. Yeah. So, guys, today on my right, we have this beautiful, gorgeous babe. And want her to introduce yourself. Tell us everything we need to know about
everything.
Everything. I mean, everything.
Okay, so am I meant to look into the camera or look at you?
The camera.
Okay, yeah. Hi, I'm Nyambura Kinyori. I'm Diana's newfound friend and colleague. I'm a clinical psychologist. I'm a second born in a family of 5 girls, third born deceased. And I think one of the things that makes us so similar is that our core value we have is authenticity. So it's a core value we both share, and I really, so pretty much, I guess the rest you get to know as we go, but pretty much that's about me. Okay, so my previous career was in marketing communications, and 3 years ago now I transitioned into clinical psych, and I think I found my purpose.
Woo! Don't I love to see it? You found your purpose.
I found my purpose.
Your purpose. That's good.
I know, right?
That's so good. How do you feel about that?
About finding my purpose?
Yeah.
I'm happy. I feel like it came to me late, but it came at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want to tell them to which level of education you'd reached with your marketing?
You sound like my dad. Any opportunities my dad can get to floss. He's like, I have a daughter. She has two masters. Two masters.
Anyway, so that you're still pushing on and it's never too late. Girl, a girl is in her bag.
Okay, anyway, so my education background. Oh my goodness. I studied communications at, can I say the university or just let it be? Okay, anyway, I studied communications in a uni in Nairobi. And then I did a master's still in communications in the US. I was there for like 2 years. And then I came back and then I worked in agency, PR and advertising. I started a business, photo booth business. I know I did that for like maybe 6-7 years.
Nice. Okay.
That was really good experience. I also taught at you know why I'm laughing? It's because it's so weird.
Okay.
It's so weird, especially because you put me on the spot.
No. I mean, we love to hear it.
Okay,
we love to see women succeed here in this podcast.
Oh my God, but my bank balance doesn't say that, but it's okay. So then I taught at university level. I taught at a local public uni. And then I also taught at a college for like maybe 3.5 years in town, still marketing. So, I think in terms of academics, I think I've really pushed myself and I've really exerted myself, trying to make myself better, trying to learn because I'm a lifelong learner. And I think that's evident even in my life or in my biography. So then 3 years ago, so when COVID hit, I was like, I think I want to do things different and I just want to do meaningful work. I want to help people, and I think it's very aligned to my personality. And it when it came to me, it was that's what I needed to do.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah, and then in September 2021, I enrolled at a university here, Nairobi, and like in 2 weeks I'll be done.
Yeah.
I'll be like officially a clinical psychologist. Noteworthy to mention is that my thesis was on mental health, but particularly looking at male adolescents. I'm really passionate about the boy child, and more specifically because data shows, and even my research shows that men do not seek help often.
Yeah.
And that's as that is because of that belief in mono many yani nguvu ni kujitegemea, like that asking for help is weakness. So men usually, the research shows that men usually seek help as a last resort and prefer self-sufficiency.
Some do not
And of course some do not at all. So I guess as I grow my career, I think that's one of the things I would really want to look into, men's mental health and how we can support them better. Because if I have a healthy man in my life, it means I have a healthy spouse, I have a healthy father, I have healthy men in my, like, friends.
And there is no trauma behind that.
And then we can raise healthy children, is my belief.
Oh, that's really good. Oh, don't we love to hear it? Don't we love to hear it? Oh my God, that's really good. I actually didn't know about the teaching. You mentioned it, but I really didn't. There's something I really wanted to mention, but I think I've forgotten. Yeah, but either way, I think I'm also really, I wanted to say it's funny how right now I want to do marketing, and you remember, it's like we are switching. Literally. Yeah. But I don't think I will, because right now that I'm practicing, there's a sense of fulfillment. Oh my God, I feel so. And I'm just like, every single day I keep thinking about it, because I'm really passionate about mental health. I'm just like, there's no way I'm going to let go of my mental health path. And I also feel like that's also in line with my purpose as well. And that's why I was like, your purpose. Also, guys, disclaimer, there are a lot of insies.
I think it's also the season, because remember, even at the office, there's so many flies.
Okay. But please forgive us. We are like, Anyway. Tell me about your week. How has your week been?
My week.
We had a conversation with you. Was it on Thursday? I know about your week.
My week has been crazy. So I'm kind of going through like a little bit of a heartbreak. So. Okay, so this one. So we keep talking at the office. We keep talking about just relationships. So we talk about a lot of stuff. So the other time when I told her about the break in the relationship, or the rupture in the relationship I had with a particular gentleman, I told her I'm going through. So in psychology, we have something called the stages of grief, or the stages of death and dying, by a lady called Kubler-Ross or something like that. I think I hope I haven't massacred the name. Anyway, so I told her, like, at some point I was in the stage of acceptance. So there are how many stages? There is five. The stages are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. So at the beginning of the week, because the rupture happened maybe like a month ago, right? So this has been happening. So I started off with acceptance, because I was like, we're both adults.
It's cool.
We're both adults. So you don't choose me, it's okay. I accept, you know? Right? So I was a stage of acceptance. But last week, I was having anger, denial. I was like bargaining. What?
You're having depression?
Because over the weekend, I was listening to sad songs. So there's this lady, she's a musician, she's called Tristan Pretty Man. What? She thought Tristan Pretty Man used to date Jason Mraz. There are some people who know Jason Mraz. I can't remember his songs top of mind, but they used to date, and he proposed, and then for some reason they broke up, right? Well, so she has another album called Cedar and Gold, and those those love songs, like those heartbreak songs, like every heartbreak I've had in my life. I always go to that album, because I think she's a millennial. So with every heartbreak I've had, I listen to her music, and I'm just like,
twin.
It touches me to the core. So there's this. So my favorite songs are, she has a title in that album called "I Was Gonna Marry You." Then there's another one called "Never Say Never." and then another one called Glass Jar. So I play those songs like on loop. Come, it's like it was like so.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going through. So over the weekend, of course, the weekends mainly I'm having depression.
Yeah.
Because I'm alone, right?
Yeah,
So
there's no work to
so there's
occupy
no
you.
work to occupy me. There's no like work dynamic or my friends also are old, so they're married, have husbands, have kids, so everyone is busy with their life. So I'm just there moping. I'm so sad. I just want to die. Okay, no, I don't want to die. My apologies, but you know what I mean. Like,
the psychologist.
I should have said that. So I don't want to die. Anyway, so I think over the weekend it was a lot of sadness, anger, gaining, and the anger is like me. I'm an adult. How can I be caught like a rat on the highway? Like I should have seen this coming. Like how can I be blindsided with my big age? Like I'm so surprised that it has happened to me.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I should have known better.
Yeah.
So then sometimes I'm just like, so I think with that stages of grief, like I'm kind of trying to just roll with the punches and trying to take things as they are coming. So that's how my week has been like this. Yeah.
Okay. About my week, I think my week has been, I don't know, it's been cool.
Okay, yeah.
It's been cool, and I think I've had just so many realizations. I think the highlight of my week was being able to deal with stuff without it's like I'm still and I'm grounded and I'm able to deal with stuff rather than shutting down or isolating or withdrawal. Like I'm just able to kuja inanigonga and it's not shaking me. Yeah. And actually now with that I came to realize that a lot of my like I came to realize that I keep on dealing with, let's say I feel like I'm having a bad day, I let that consume me rather than letting the root cause rather than dealing with the root cause. I'm sorry. Yeah. So for example, for me, I came to find out that my root cause is actually fear, and it is, it has, it's like it has this and this. It's
like branches.
Yeah, branches, and it's producing different things in my life, but the root cause really is just fear, and it's manifesting in different ways, in different relationships with my parents, with my partner, with my whatever. My partner sounds serious.
I know. Like this someone is a bada. I was like, hey, okay. Oh my goodness. I'm dead.
Spare me, madam.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm sure many ways is like, oh my gosh, you're talking about me. That's like 1200. To his friends, he calls you bestie. You're like, partner. I'm kidding. Oh my goodness.
Pisces, you take things a little bit too seriously.
We're both born in March.
Yeah, we are both born in March. I think that was what brought us together.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
from
true.
the very first day. Anyway, with my
okay, yeah,
y'all get it.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay. Yeah, that's basically how my week has been. So I think I liked that. Oh, another major thing is the cat is out of the bag. I launched my noodle. I'm so I feel I think I'm just super grateful this week. I am just so happy. I'm so happy. It's like I feel rested.
Yeah.
You know, the whole process isn't a joke, honestly. And now I feel kind of rested. Of course, now there's the selling part.
Yeah,
There's the production part, and then there's the selling part. Now we are now tackling the selling part from this week going onwards. Yeah, but otherwise, I'm really excited to see. I mean, the way forward. We have 2 collections. We have a tote bag and we have a boho bag. And I'm really excited. Yeah.
And I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to witness it.
Thank you so much.
You've worked hard.
Yeah. I think you have witnessed some parts of me in the office. Yeah. Anyway, song of the week.
I already told you about the sad songs. So I think let's just go with the sad songs.
Okay. My song of the week is Thinking About You by Frank Ocean. It's called like that. I don't know. Yeah, Frank Ocean, if I'm not wrong.
I also know Thinking About You by Ciara. I've been thinking about you.
No, I know that one.
Yeah.
But I've been thinking about it. That's what I want to say. Oh my God. But mine is, I think, by Frank Ocean, if I'm not wrong. You have a Bible verse for the week?
No.
Okay. Okay, quote of the week.
Quote of the week is so I've been reading a lot of Rumi. Rumi is a something century poet. And, I think one of the quotes I can think of is where he says, where the wound is where the light enters. So
where the wound
is where, okay, I think I'm paraphrasing, but something like where the wound is where the light enters. And I think that's my season.
Where the wound is.
So where the wound is where the light enters. Yeah. So.
Yeah, sending hugs. Oh my God. I think my Bible verse for the week is not something that I don't have. I don't know. I think Ephesians 9 something. It says it was a Bible verse that our pastor was talking about today, and you were saying time and chance happens to all.
Okay.
Yeah, time and chance. Ecclesiastes. What that word 9? I think 22. It says time and chance happens to all. So like even in your season, if it's your season, it will come to you. Like time and chance happens to all. Don't ever think that my time hasn't reached, or that really resonated with me because I'm those kind of people who maybe can compare myself and feel like maybe a little bit sad. There's just that wave of sadness that comes and I'm like, I'm the only person, other people are having this, I'm so stagnant. But when God decides to maybe show up in your life, he shows up, you're able to reach, you fikia those people who you admire, and you're just like, you didn't have to work the way they worked. So for me, that's what has resonated with me, because I feel like that's what has happened. Not like just a few months ago, I felt very less of a person, but now I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. I feel so grateful. So I think time and chance do happen to everyone. Like it's just that this is not your season and this is the other person's season, and maybe that's not their season and this is your season.
Oh, that's such a powerful message.
Woohoo! Call me pastor. Oh my God. So guys, our topic of today is dating in your Nyambura is, can we say?
Sure.
Yeah, she's in her late 30s.
Yeah, 39 to be specific.
Yeah, believe it or not. I was still in denial during the first week of us knowing each other.
So literally, when she was born, I was 18 years.
Yeah.
I can't even believe it. Yeah, it's unfathomable.
Yeah.
Like
it's so, and the way we relate.
Yeah. I don't even feel the generational gap.
Yeah.
Like, and believe it or not, we've known each other for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
A month. A month.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So, and during the very first day.
Yeah.
Okay, during the first day at work, I wasn't there. Now, the next week, the first day we met.
Yeah.
We were like.
Yeah, we were just.
And on the second day is when we were like, I should have you on the podcast.
Yeah. Like you are literally feeding off each other. Yeah, the energy is so good. Like it's almost like she's like a soul sister, or like there's a time she was me and I was her. It's like it's so weird.
It's like we're giving. It's like we're exchanging.
Almost like we knew each other like from another life. You know? So I really value that exchange. Yeah.
Ask about us. Anyway, she sits actually next to me. Yeah, tomorrow we'll be at work, guys. Giving each other strength for the week. Anyway, so our topic of the week is dating in your late 30s and dating in your early versus dating in your early 20s. The early 20s here, of course, is me, guys. Yeah. So, Nyambura.
Yes, ask me, honey.
I'd want you to take us through your dating life in your 20s. When was your first relationship?
What? So I was born in 1985. So I was like a teenager in the 90s. So I was a teenager in the 90s. I know, right?
Yeah.
I was a teenager in the 90s because if I finished class 8 in 1999, right?
Oh my God.
Stop doing that. Anyway, so let me say I started dating, like, I didn't date through primary school because, with boomer parents, boys.
I dated in primary school and I have boomer parents. I have Gen X.
Yeah. So, of course, boys are bad. Yeah, it's so funny about boomer parents. It's like when you grow up, boys are bad. Then you reach a certain age, they're like, oh my goodness, how come you're not married?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, dissonance now, Anyway, so it's like, so my first boyfriend was in, okay, but though, funny enough, like, of course, when you're a kid, you still have crushes on, like, older cousins, like family friends, or you have just, crushes and stuff, but let me see, but my first boyfriend was like after Form 4. Yeah, after Form 4.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it was like after Form 4, boyfriend. Anyway, so he was a neighbor where we lived, the neighborhood where we live. He was not significantly older, but it was like maybe 5 years older than me, 5 years older than me.
Wow.
And he was like tall.
Going for the big boys.
Yeah. So he was like tall, dark. He was really good looking. Yeah, so good looking. But every time I look back at my dating those days, I'm just like, there was nothing to do. Like, there's no conversation. I just found like, I used to wonder, so what do you do with a boyfriend? Like, what do you talk about? Yeah. I don't know. Then also, I think at that age, okay, for me, there's like low self-esteem a little bit. You're just like, maybe if I was thinner, like there's a bit of like, you just kind of like a little bit of self-loathing. So you're also very self-conscious. I don't know, that relationship actually, when I think about it, he was a really nice boyfriend. He would buy me gifts. He was funny. He was really funny. He was a very funny guy. But I just felt that there was like, how when you read, I don't know whether you read them, but Sweet Valley High or those books, those kind of like novels for young adults.
Pesetas.
Yeah, let's call it, I guess. I guess. Like, you find like, like since they are set in the West, like there's so much these kids are doing with their boyfriends. They're going out, they're going for lunches, they're going for what? Like their lives are so vibrant. Like they seem to have things to do. But here I was just like, okay, fine, we go to his house, we hang out, watch TV, and of course, then it's like there was nothing to do. Like we weren't like sitting and talking about, okay, what books have you been reading? What are your interests? What are your core values? You know what I mean? Like it's like I just felt like there was no value add per se. But because I had reached that age of dating, I was just like, why not? And of course, also with my parents, he was not from our tribe. I'm Kikuyu. So my parents are just like, okay, not my parents really, because those are not things you discuss with your father, but your mother is just like, Tasim Kikuyu. You know, like
That's the facial expressions for me.
yeah, like or
Yeah.
hata haja soma level kiwango ya juu. You know what I mean? Like you know how parents are.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm not even there. I'm just kind of trying to figure out.
Unfortunately, I mean, our parents are still like that.
Yeah.
Very much, unfortunately. Yeah.
So I just found it difficult to be in that relationship. And also another thing I realized, because I was so removed from my body, like, you know the way you have your inner body, but the body is not yours.
Yeah.
So it's like we in psychology, we call it dissociated.
Yeah.
Like you're not in your body. So, and then also coming from a Christian background, there was no sex ed, you know.
Yeah.
There was no sex ed. Like the only sex ed you got is like when you reach 13, your body is changing. You have this, and then bust. Or then my days would come. This companies would come, and then the girls would be separated because then they'll have the pads talk. Then boys, I don't know where they would go. I don't even know whether boys got any talk.
Yeah.
Like, so you're not really taught about your body.
Yeah.
So even when I'm with this guy and he's like, so like, I'm like, it's so awkward.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, okay, kiss. Like, why?
Yeah.
Make out. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
you don't get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't, whatever.
Yeah.
But he was a good boyfriend. And also, I guess maybe because I was just like so naive and so like weird. You know, I guess he used to have now those girlfriends who used to give him some, you know, the older, mature ones. So me, I was just maybe a girlfriend for vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I think like one of the things also maybe that hurt me about that relationship, like when I think back, is that also he kind of fat shamed me.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
body.
yeah.
Body shaming.
Yeah, and I was just,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah,
it really hurt, yeah.
Yeah, how old were you then?
Maybe 18, because you finished from 4 years.
You dated for how long?
Maybe like a year. Yeah.
And then 19. From there, you had another relationship?
No, I'm not so lucky in love. I don't know what's up.
No, we don't say that.
Oh, we don't say that. What do you say, honey?
No, you need to be positive.
Okay,
That's
positive.
my
Like,
first thing,
by the I'm the bomb.
Yeah.
Best girlfriend ever.
Don't gaslight yourself again.
Okay.
You just need to be very...
So I had that relationship.
You need to change how you speak to yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. I think as a counselor...
Okay, tell me.
I'm usually
Let's have some quick CBT. Cognitive behavioral therapy. Do quick, fast. Cognitive restructuring. Fast.
You're not bringing the sessions here. You're not becoming my client.
I need you to change my irrational beliefs.
Yeah, you need to change how you speak to yourself.
Yeah, okay. So let's do a roll
No.
I want to be better. Tell me. Okay, anyway, I'm done. So, what were saying? I was the one speaking.
I think I was the one speaking.
Oh, yeah, you asked about my next relationship.
Yeah, your other relationship.
So then I dated this guy. This was the guy for her after high school was nice. It was really good. Then imagine the whole of uni, 4 years. I didn't date anybody. I
You
didn't
had situationships?
No, because you're a good girl, Christian background.
Oh,
my
really?
body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. You keep yourself for marriage. My body is for my husband.
Nyambura.
If you have sex outside of marriage, you're going to hell.
The Christians are looking at you with continue.
But it's true, you know what I mean, when you grow up Christian.
Yeah.
And also I went to a Christian university. So I meet other Christian girls who are talking about true love weights,
You're like,
others,
yes.
others are practicing secondary virginity. I'm like, so what? Like, it was such a different ball game, and everybody was like, they're waiting for marriage, and I guess we wait for marriage, no? And I think, but underlying, when you talk about that underlying problem, underlying issue was like low self-worth. Like, I didn't think I was beautiful enough. I didn't think I was sexy enough. I didn't think I was desirable. I don't know. I just didn't think I was good enough,
Okay, so you didn't date until your 30s?
So, but in my, in 40s, so after 40s, the 4 years in uni, of course you meet guys, you have crushes on guys, but I didn't really date in uni.
From there you had did you ever have a Like the first serious.
So let me see another. So I could say like the first serious one was the one after Form 4. Anyway, but then I didn't date then, and then okay. Sorry, I'm making your podcast boring because I don't have I don't have many. I don't have a list.
Yeah, it's okay.
I've dated like maybe 2.5 men in my life.
Let me just come in and say now dating in our what's different between dating in our early 20s and in your 30s. Now I feel in our time, and I was thinking about it. I feel like now, like for a person, okay, for me, if I'm speaking for myself, I have so much knowledge on emotions. I have so much knowledge on values. For me, I can be a hard person to date with a normal person who's not into this emotional
guy for like let's go for
vibes. Let's go outside, like Tokyo. Me, I'd be like the worst. Then find me so. That's why
so intense.
Yeah, and that's why when you're scrolling through TikTok, you'll find people saying they're so hard to date. No, you're not hard to date. It's just that you haven't found a person who really understands and is into what you're in. You're not compatible. We are dating people who we are not compatible with. So for me, I was going to say in my early 30s. So for me, I've had actually situationships. But no, I didn't date for quite a long time. I didn't date from high school, from 2. That's when I had my first boyfriend. Like my boyfriend. Okay, in primary, I dated. We were doing the math with my sister and I had like 10 boyfriends. My first boyfriend in class 3, like bringing each other snacks and all, but that wasn't.
I love it.
Yeah.
So pure.
Let me tell you. Anyway, primary, I was just like primary. Anyway, so in high school, I dated this one guy in Form 2. Yeah, but didn't work out. He said he wanted to study, and why he wasn't in the top.
And you were derailing him.
Oh my God! I really just that guy. I took like 8 months to heal. 8 months to heal a 3-month relationship. Imagine. That was so sad. Until uni. What I did is just have a lot of situationships because I wasn't ready to
commit.
Yeah, and I didn't know why. Again, I didn't know why I was like, I'm not into relationships and all until I went for therapy or even that. My one major situationship ile ilifunga mwaka taught me the character development, and I had to look inside and I'm like, girl, why were you there? You know, for me, I saw this person saying a situationship is where one person likes the other person more. Yeah. That's the difference between a situationship and a relationship.
Oh, I didn't know that thing.
Yeah, because in that situationship, I'm the one who liked that guy. So I'm the one who used to chase that guy. And that's why you can't be in a relationship with this person because they don't want to be with you.
Yeah, you're not moving towards each other.
Yeah,
so you are
yeah, exactly that. Yeah. And then so I was like, so that, if you look at it, if you chambua it, low self-esteem, low self-worth. You're just like, and I was like, what I know I'm pretty, I know I'm all that, but what makes me, like, Diana, what made you, sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, Diana, what really made you go towards that direction? What made you take that route? And for me, it took a lot of digging, and it's because of trauma, childhood trauma, growing up. And for me, Sigmund is my bestie. Because Freud talks about childhood and how it manifests as an adult. Yeah. So for me, I'll say a relationship, and this is my first serious relationship. But even in this serious relationship, it has taken so much work. But again, I feel okay having a lot of work because this is a person who's willing to learn. As well. It's like a person who we are compatible. Who is a person who also is into this emotional stuff, like we are in tune. So with other people, if I could go tell a uni guy, my bro in uni, I'm like, I'm talking about this.
You're like, attachment styles.
Yeah, attachment styles. What's your attachment style? Let's do love language. Let's love each other in our love languages. I'm like, hey girl,
you're too tense. You're too tense. I know.
Yeah, and now that's I feel like that's the difference.
Yeah.
So right now I'm hearing you saying you didn't have anything to talk about.
Yeah.
But me, I have things.
So much.
You have so much to talk about.
And I think it's I love the way you brought out that point, because for me I was just like, but I think it's a thing, like we didn't have information at that time.
Yeah,
like there's nowhere to go to kind of learn or
do you have knowledge?
I didn't have
awareness.
Yeah, there was lack of awareness.
Yeah.
So I find like my juiciest relationships are now in my 30s.
Yeah, the time you're also aware.
Yeah, I have information. I am aware.
Because you're like, that. How did I accept? Because now you're like understanding. Because me, I'm a person who believes in everything you do it with like a drive. There's a drive, and for me, my trauma is what drove me to that situationship.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like that's without awareness, you can just be, you can just be sailing. You can just be
cruising.
Yeah,
but then the funniest thing though, in that time, like in my maybe as an adolescent, as a young adult, I always knew there was something, like I could feel it intrinsically.
Yeah,
that there was something.
Yeah,
like. It's like I could, but I didn't know what it is. I couldn't give it a name.
Yeah,
but I knew that I needed something. There was a yearning, a thirst.
There's a void.
Yeah.
Just a minute. We were saying, there's a void that needs to be filled, and now we didn't know there was a void because we didn't have awareness. Yes. For me, that's absolute. After my situation, after like my awareness, it's like I got out of this situationship, started asking myself questions, because I was like, what the absolute hell? My friends kept on telling me, Diana, you like looking at what is there, you're not looking at what is actually happening. And for me, that's what I termed as being delusional, because I looked at it from the potential of this person, and that's what I was chasing, the potential of this person. But if even them themselves, they cannot see the potential they have, what makes me think I can go change them and show them, this is your potential. Yeah. So after that, I immediately went for therapy, and now, but in my therapy sessions, I didn't talk about my male relationships, but we talked, as a therapist, it's easy to have therapy because it's like we're helping each other with a therapist. Yeah. So I was like, this is my trait. People pleasing is my trait. So she was able to guide me. But not really the serious trauma. That one is small. Yeah.
Small trauma.
Small walking. Small walking.
Yeah.
And now dating in your 30s. That's dating in your 20s.
Yeah. Yeah. So now as I was saying, like rather what you brought to light is that lack of information, right? So you don't have the information, and you don't know what to do, but you know that there is more, or you feel like there's a gap.
Yeah.
So then thank God the internet comes, and of course exposure, all those good things. And now you start learning.
Yeah.
You start saying, oh, okay. You start reading about things. You start
having knowledge about
knowledge about stuff. Then I think for me what was a game changer, I think, was now going into therapy and then now tackling, because before, you're only, as you said, you're only doing the surface stuff. You're only tackling the surface stuff, or you're only at this level.
Yeah.
But then now therapy, we were now going deep. We're going to the root cause.
Yeah.
Like the root cause.
Root cause can be scary.
Yeah, it can be so scary. Then it makes sense about why you are dating, who you are dating, or why in your 20s you're the one who was chasing men, or how in your 20s you are maybe in your masculine, you are like a weird tomboy. like such weird stuff. So now therapy tries now to bring that stuff up. Like, so what was your earliest message about you're not good enough, you know? And then you go back to your history, you're like, your parents are just like, you're not good enough. You know,
Absolutely crazy.
there's fine, your parents are there, they're providing financially, you know, a roof over your head, clothes, but emotionally they're not present for you.
Sure.
And you know, and even when we look at attachment theory, for example, they say the first 5 years, your primary attachment figure is your parent, right? So if you don't have that attachment figure, like you don't have that close attachment to your primary caregiver, then you grow up with an insecure attachment, because a secure attachment tells you that I'm here for you, I'm gonna meet your needs, I love you just as you are unconditionally. But with an insecure attachment style, the parent is ambivalent. You know, the parent is there, not there, reliable, not reliable. And this reliability and unreliability, I mean emotionally, right? So then you grow up with an insecure attachment style, and you're like, oh, so you learn that for you to get love, you must do this, or for you to get love, you must behave like this.
And you have to cater now to your younger child, to your inner child.
Exactly. So then I think that for me, that's what therapy helped me with. It helped me realize, like, okay, it's not too late. Like, fine, you have an insecure attachment style, but you can build a secure attachment style. And one of the ways was through reparenting, whereby you learn that you're your own father. You become your own father and your own mother. And then now you give yourself the things that you didn't have. Now you're able to give yourself those things.
And, you know, I think we need to talk about how hard that can be.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Because literally you're giving yourself that. You need to show up in businesses. It's supposed to, like, it's like now you're showing up in so many things. And if you could have been in a secure, or you could have been given security while you're young, it could have been easier to navigate this path of life. And I think for me, sometimes I'm usually like, why do I have all this awareness right now? I should be cruising also with my fellow early young adults. I should be like, I don't give a shit. But now I have all this information, and I cannot ignore it.
You can't undo. What you know is what you know. But then I think Maya Angelou said that because you know better, you do better, right? And it's because of this knowledge, then I show up better. I show up better as a friend. I show up better as an auntie. I show up better as, you know, in the different relationships I have, I show up better because I now have an awareness of self, right?
So,
an awareness of self where
and that's in psychology, so that's 50% of the problem.
So and you know, so now, for example, in therapy, that was why we reparent, and the reason why we reparent is because now you're a effing adult, right? So your parents you can't even expect them. You can't even expect them to give you, like, the time has gone. You can't be like, okay, you didn't do, you didn't love me, you didn't hug me, you didn't, you know.
Even if the time is gone, the problem is they're not even aware.
So
they cannot even give you what they don't. What are we? So we give you food. Ulikuwa unataka?
So unaishi kwa nyumba yetu. Si tunakulipia school fees.
Utajilipia school fees.
Like, so you see, for like, and just for your viewers to understand, is like, when we talk about security, we mean emotional security, you know, because that's such a major part of being human, our emotions and our feelings. And so
that's the difference between my dating in my 20s and dating in your 20s, because I feel like I have emotional awareness. And at that time, we didn't have emotional.
It wasn't even accessible.
So for me, dating me right now can be like, this girl, you are a lot. But thank God for the people you have in our lives right now. Genuinely,
So you're
in your 30s.
So now in your 30s, now you are beginning to reparent, and you're now beginning to love yourself, and you're beginning to know this is a no, this is yes, this is acceptable, not acceptable, this is people pleasing, this is codependence. So now you start realizing, like, actually there's nothing wrong with you. You know, because you grew up knowing there's something wrong with you, like you're the problem. But then you realize,
you need to be kind to yourself.
Being kind to yourself, self-compassion.
So and it comes with a lot of self, like, and we mean a lot of work is. We might say reparenting yourself, and it might look something easy, but it's a lot of work.
Can I give you an example of one of the active reparenting I've been doing so for 5 years?
Okay.
So I hold my heart, and every day I'm like, Nyam, I love you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or Nyam, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Or if, say, for example, something good happens or I achieve something, I'm able to just like rub myself and be like, good job, Nyam.
Yeah.
You know, you did well.
Self-compassion.
You know,
and that's why you taught about self-compassion.
Yeah, because I love it. It's something so core to me because as human beings, our impulse is always our first point of attack is to berate ourselves.
Yeah.
And tell ourselves we're not good, you did wrong, you did wrong.
I think that's now something I am currently working on. And I started working on it not even a month ago, a few weeks ago. That's when I was like, oh my God. And it's for me, I'm because of the trauma, I'm used to self-sabotage. And I'm just like, something is going good, I need to spoil it. And it's not consciously, it's unconsciously. And it's something, it's like a behavior that my mind has gotten used to. And so now I have to recondition my mind and be like, no, we are not self-sabotaging, everything is going good. So I'm like, it's quite the work. And awareness comes with a lot of work, because now that you are aware, you can't be ignorant. No, you cannot. It's relation, you can't be ignorant. Yeah.
Okay, so you asked me about dating my 30s. So my 30s now, there's more awareness, whereby, let me say my late 30s, more awareness. Now I feel like I'm grounded in myself and I know who I am, you know.
Yeah.
And so, the values that I hold dear, you know,
authenticity.
To me, like, I know my core values. I know my non-negotiables. I know my worth, you know. So now dating, especially in my late 30s, I'm able to. So before, my default, you said yours was self-sabotage. Mine was self-sufficiency. Like me, I was the I in independence.
Yeah.
Like I can do bad all by myself.
Yeah.
You know,
don't need you.
Yeah,
you're not doing fine.
Yeah. You want to come? I was dating this guy. He was internationally, and he was like, yeah, you know, right now I can't come see you, like back in Africa. So I was like, you know, I don't have, like, you know, money. I haven't saved up enough. I'm like, don't worry, I got you. I sent him money gram, plane ticket, come. Girls are the Lulu. Like, yeah, I'm at like a MoneyGram agent. I'm sending my boyfriend money for a plane ticket. Like,
oh my God, Nyambura, what?
Yeah.
Am I laughing or am I crying? I think I'm crying.
Yeah. And this is like what? This is like my late 20s, and we've been doing long distance. But the whole time I just realized I was the one who was chasing him. The guy was like, okay, I guess she wants me. I guess it's going to flow. My guy. I guess. You know, like, so it's almost like you're convincing people to love you.
Yeah.
Because you don't love yourself.
Yeah.
They're just like, pick me. Choose me, please. Please choose me, please. You know.
Yeah.
So then now moving to my late.
I'm triggered.
So now moving to my late 30s, I choose myself.
Yeah.
You know, I see you. I'm like, we find you.
Yeah.
Okay, another thing I learned is that you don't chase men.
Yeah.
Right? You don't chase men.
Girls, okay? Okay.
Don't die with your feelings, but don't chase a man, okay? Because we'll pay. Anyway.
Nyambura is spoken.
Don't chase a man. Don't chase a man. Anyway, so then now you realize that, like, so for me, my realization now in my late 30s is that if number one, you don't chase men.
Yeah.
Number two is that you're the price.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, because it's the guy who wants a wife, no?
Yeah.
So, because he wants a wife, you want to go find a wife.
Yeah.
When he finds me, I'll be ready now. Yeah, you know, but then when you're younger, you're like chasing them, you're like forcing them to love on you.
Yeah, sure.
But then now, you know, as I build a secure attachment, now I look for secure partners.
Yeah.
You know? And when I start seeing, kuna kakitu, I'm okay to walk away. Because I'm like, I guess it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
You see, before, if something is not working, you're forcing, you're like, okay, trying to bend it, shake it, shape it. But then sometimes you're like, it's just not working. And it's not working because it's not working, and it's not that it's not working because you're a bad person.
Yeah.
or that I'm a bad person or whatever. It's just not working because we're incompatible.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
your values are not aligned.
Yeah.
Right? Our values are not aligned. So, for example, if your value as a gentleman is that
Drinking and stuff.
yeah, so for example, you're like, you don't want a babe who drinks. It doesn't matter how bomb a girl I am.
Yeah.
If I drink and it's a non-negotiable for you, it's a non-negotiable.
Yeah. And there's nothing that can be done about it.
Yeah, like, so it's just that, you know, you're in that awareness that these are my core values, these are my non-negotiables, and if it's not working, it's not working.
Yeah.
And that it's okay. Because you know what? Coupling can be coupled anywhere.
Yeah.
You can meet a guy from Bulgaria and couple, Mongolia you can couple, Uganda you can couple, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no shortage of men.
Yeah.
And not to say that there's a perfect man. There's not to say that there's a perfect man.
Yeah.
However, we shouldn't confine ourselves with that scarcity mentality.
Yeah.
That, because now if he leaves me, I'll never find someone else. No, you will. You will.
Tell them. Tell them on the camera.
No, you
Hey, I feel like you're shouting at me. Tell them.
No, you will.
Yeah.
You will.
Yeah.
You know. And the one who's for you, he will be for you. Yeah. And it will make sense. There will not be chaos. There will not be havoc. There will not be a spirit of confusion.
Yeah.
You know. And you will not be sitting somewhere in your bed wondering, oh, does he love me? Does he not love me? Is he thinking of me? Is he not thinking of me? No, you'll be secure.
Yeah.
You will be secure because his actions, his words, zitaambatana, they will match.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And you will not be in that spirit of guessing whether he wants to be with you or not. You will not have a doubt in your spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm living in now. Like, even as I talk about that heartbreak, it hurts.
Yeah,
but I'm willing to let go.
Because that's the very first thing you said.
Yeah.
When you told me you're in a break and you're like, if it doesn't work out, that's good. You'll have to go through the emotions.
Yeah.
But if you're not there to force stuff.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I chose myself.
Yeah.
And I'm the most important person to myself and for myself.
Big sister. Hello, big sister. Today on radio we have a big sister.
And probably if I had met this gentleman, like maybe in my early 30s or my 20s, I would have been working to convince him to choose me, that I'm the prize. You know, but now in my late 30s, I'm like, we tried.
Yeah.
You know, we tried. I wish you well.
Okay. I have a question to ask you, Nyambura. Do you feel like the pressures, of course, the societal pressure being that you're 39 and you're single with no kids and no husband?
No husband?
Yeah. Stiambothers.
There's a Boba in the audience.
Can we leave them your Instagram?
Yeah, over here down. She put my number.
Oh my god. Okay. Do you feel like that? Do you feel the pressure?
Yeah. Okay, so I guess for me the pressure is like, to be honest, no. Let me just be honest. Of course, I feel it. When I feel it, it's because it's external. Yeah. You know, when the aunties come like to visit, you know, and they're like, Pado. Like, si upata tu mtoto.
Oh yeah.
Upata tu kama mtoto. Ama wewe ndio unarigia wanaume sana. Oh, don't be too picky now. Don't be picky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so the pressure comes when, for example, maybe I go for a wedding and they're like, what is yours?
Yeah.
I'm just like, guys, give me
I was just chilling.
Yeah, like, you know, so the pressure is there. And of course you can tell, you know, my parents, like, they are just like, like this grown-ass woman, like, you know, like, you can tell there's that, you know, or sometimes, like, my nieces, like, they're young, they'll be like, after you, how comes you are the second one, and your sister who's the second last one is married, and you are not.
Yeah.
You know, like, auntie, when are you starting your own family?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, when kids start telling you stuff, you're just like, you know, like, of course it hurts in that sense, but internally, me, I don't have pressure.
Yeah.
Because I have a lifetime. I'm going
you keep on saying that.
I have 55 more years to live.
Yeah.
55. Do I really want to be living 55 years with the same person? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I have 55 more years, so I have time.
one of your traits is that you live in abundance, Nyambura.
Abundance.
Abundance. You keep on correcting me all the time. Abundance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have. And I think I like that. I think the other time I told you you're calm and you didn't say, I don't know, there's just that, living a day at a time. Yeah, you genuinely, you just like there. And I love it. I love it. For me, I love it.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah. You are at the right place.
Exactly. So,
because if you could have accepted that external pressure, you could have been worried about yourself, and you're like, now all these 39 years, what do I have to only accept the pressure from the external world? But now that you can be able to stand your ground, however much maybe in your dating life it couldn't have gone well, maybe now in yourself you did the work, and you're where you're supposed to be at this particular place because you actually did the work.
I did the work.
You did the work in your 20s. You did the work on yourself. Yeah. Doesn't have to be the relationship.
But I can say I think I did the work in my 30s. In my 20s there was a bit of chaos and confusion. But I think the work began in my 30s.
Do you feel like in your 20s you felt like you have so much time?
No, now in my 20s, so weird. In my 20s, I was running. I had deadlines and timelines, things I needed to do by the time I was this age and by the time I was that age. And then,
I remember asking you what to tell your 20-year-old self, and you'll be like, calm
the F down. Like, slow down. Like, be in the moment, be present. You are where you're supposed to be. So in my 20s I was living for my future, and then now my future is here and I'm like, I don't know what the F I'm doing with myself. Like, are you imagining with my big age, I'm an intern with my big age?
No, don't say that.
No, I'm just saying, like, as in ideally, if my 20-year-old self was to look at me, they'd be like, why were we working so hard? Like, what do you mean intern? Like, but the season, this is where I'm supposed to be, and time and chance happens to all. So it's living in that awareness that this is where I am, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is the season, and so we move with the season. I'm not married because of no fault of my own. I'm not married because it is not time. And when the time to get married comes, I will get married. Time to have children comes, I will have children.
Let me just put in a scripture there.
Yes. So
the Bible says, when the time is right, the Lord will make it happen. I think it is in Isaiah. Period.
Isaiah is dropping gems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, So I think for me, it's like just being happy with where I'm at right now. And happy is not like, oh my God, I'm so happy, yay. It's like, it's a spirit of contentment. It's a spirit of stillness. Because I'm where I'm supposed to be. And the last thing, like, even when I look at, we've known each other, a month. And, the richness, the vibrancy, the energy that is here, I could never have gotten it anywhere else, And so I am here because this is where I'm supposed to be.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And as we close, or as we give your take, we give takes at the end of the podcast. What's one or two things you tell your 20-year-old self?
Okay, 22 things.
In your dating life.
Yeah.
20-year-old self in your dating life. One in your dating life and one in not your dating life.
Okay, so let me start with not your dating life, but what we said, like, just calm down. Calm down. Like, give time. Like, time is not running. You're not running out of time. Like, just live your life. Be present. Be here in the present moment. Don't rush. Because whether you rush or don't rush, time will still pass. So just, sit, like, just be still and savor the moment or the experiences and because you'll never be 20 again. You'll never have that back. So don't live like you're in your 30s, in your 20s, or like in your 40s, in your 30s. No, just be still and be there where you are.
Okay.
And then in terms of relationship, is that date as many people as you can.
Yeah, that's exactly what I had another podcast say. What do you mean?
Date as many people as you can. My God. Date.
Okay.
Like, literally. Don't be saving yourself for anything. Do
But
you
there
get
are
what I
people
mean?
who don't have that energy to date. Nyambura, me, I cannot be there with my emotional awareness. I'll be drained. By the time I'm in my 30s, I'll be so
What I
drained.
mean, it means like, don't be like, okay, so this is my boyfriend. This is my boyfriend. He's going to be my husband. Like, don't date for marriage. Date for now.
Okay.
Date for like, are we having a good time?
present
Yeah. Are we having a good time?
Okay.
Am I feeling your vibe?
Okay.
Yeah. Do you make me laugh? Yeah. So let's enjoy the time we have.
Yeah.
But don't be like, okay, I think you're my husband. And that time you're 22. Like, dude, like, calm down.
Yeah.
And that's why maybe even dudes feel pressure because they are being asked so much of themselves and yet they don't even know themselves. So date. Meet as many people as you can.
But we haven't told the 22-year-old that might not be your husband. We haven't told them that. Right?
Oh, yeah, he could be your husband.
Yeah.
He could.
Yeah.
He could.
Yeah, because I feel like some people, when they listen, they'll feel discouraged.
Oh, no, don't feel discouraged. No, that's not the intention. You could meet your husband at 20, 21, 35, 99. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I'm just trying to say is, just be present.
Yeah.
Don't be too futuristic. Oh, my husband, my husband. No, just calm down.
When that time comes, you'll work on that.
Yeah, so right now, you go on that date, you enjoy yourself, you have that ice cream or that Streetwise 3, and just laugh, go for movies, go for hikes, go for poetry or stand-up. Just do things. Go for activities. Just put yourself out there.
Yeah.
You get, without limiting yourself or labeling things or, Yeah.
Okay, that's a good take. That's your take?
Yeah, that's my take.
That's your take. Period. Yeah, my take for me is... I don't know if I have a take, Nyambura.
You have a take.
My take is... I don't know if I have a take. Because for me, now that I'm emotional, sometimes I feel like when I'm emotional aware in my 20s, I feel like I'm boring and all that. Many people don't have that. I have ever been with a 24-year-old person and they are not close to having the absolute dumbasses, and they don't, honestly, different people don't. Sometimes you usually think I like the old people because they are more mature. I mean, you go find a 25-year-old and so for me, I feel like being emotional aware can be quite a lot, but I genuinely love that because it gives me strength. It's like my what are they called? Those
sword.
Yeah, those things that princesses have and they do
wand.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It has all the magic in there. Yeah. So
can I say something? But even in that emotional awareness, the emotional intelligence, I think another good practice that you could consider is just extending grace. Because people arrive in places at different times.
Yeah, true.
So it's not like to sit in a throne of like emotional intelligence and be like, oh, you get me, I'm better than all of you, because learning continues.
Yeah,
so it's extending grace and just taking people as they are where they are. Yeah.
And I've heard you talk about, there's something you've talked about in your 30s and it's working on yourself.
Yeah.
And for me, that's not what I have right now. I can be emotionally aware, but I haven't still worked on myself. Self is a complete self without the emotions and without the physical, just self as self. I think that's also something that maybe I haven't worked on. Everyone has things they're good at and things they're not. Yeah. So for me, that's basically my take.
I have something else to say.
Okay.
Sorry. When we talked about being this age and not being married and stuff, but something I forgot to say is that, but being this age, I've done so many things with my life that people who had gotten married earlier than me were not able to do. You get? So I think people look at it just one way. Like they disqualify all the things I've been able to do in this season of singleness.
Even that working on yourself.
Yeah, so I've been able to achieve so much, whether it's as a career, in terms of maybe even travel, in terms of even the things I've been able to do with my self-education experiences. Like I've had such a delicious, 39 years, single. So, but then people want to be focused on that season of being not married yet. They don't look at the wealth that has been my singleness.
Interesting. There's something I wanted to add, and I wanted to affirm everyone who's watching, and maybe their seasons, they're in different seasons. There are some who may feel like, so I'm supposed to be here. So we are not telling you what to do. We are not telling you this is where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be 39 and single. You're supposed to be in your early 20s and emotionally aware. You are. No, we are not telling you. This is just us sharing our experiences. But all we can say is try your best. For me, my takeaway is just try your best to work on yourself and be aware of yourself, because that's actually one of the greatest powers we have, being being aware, just being self-aware. So we're not telling anyone out there that because they got married in their 30s or in their 20s, or it's right now someone is 21 and they're getting married and you're telling them, no, you're doing the wrong thing. No, maybe you're going to be just fine. That's where you're supposed to be. That's where you're supposed to be. If you feel it in your health, if you feel fulfilled, then that's where you're supposed to be. That's basically my take here on My Take podcast. Have you liked this episode?
I love it. Yeah, I did. I wish we had more time. I've enjoyed spending my time with you, laughing, and really being in each other's presence and sharing about our life. You know, we're 2 generations apart, but I feel like we have a lot of similarities, and you know, and our purposes are so aligned in terms of helping people, and being better people, and you know, just living a good life.
Anyway, that's it here on My Take Podcast. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at My Take Pod. You can find us on Spotify at My Take Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube at My Take Podcast. Please remember to subscribe, guys, like, share, and leave a comment of your dating life. Let's get the tea. Let's get the tea. Let's get that tea.
And also, if for those uncles, I'm sure a lot of you have uncles who've wamechelewa.
Till next time. Bye-bye.